Hello everyone, and welcome back to another music theory lesson. Today we're going to talk just very generally about ear training, but then we'll get into some of the more specific stuff in following lessons. So, first of all, why do ear training? Well, I have two kind of answers for that depending on whether you're focusing on it more as a composer or more as a player. If you're a composer, the really good thing about having a well-trained ear is that the things that you're hearing in your head, you just know how to play them on your instrument. You know what the intervals are, what the chord progression is, whatever it is that you're hearing in your head can just come out on the instrument or come out on the page or wherever you're going to be putting down those notes. Now, if you're a player, there's two reasons. One, like I kind of touched upon, if you're writing with an instrument in your hand or you're just improvising as a player, then the connection between your ear, your brain, and your hand needs to be really fast. But the other advantage is if you're playing with other people, you can hear what they're playing, know what key they're in, know what chords they're playing, and immediately be able to follow along with what they're doing. And that's obviously the key to a lot of improvised jazz music, improvised rock music, is just being able to hear and go, okay, I hear what's going on, and in the bass, I hear how the drummer's about to switch things up, And it takes a little bit of getting used to in terms of knowing someone's style well enough to just kind of play along, so when they start doing anything kind of a little bit more out there, you're still able to go with it, but you need to be able to have that really fast recognition, so ear, head, and hand are just kind of instantly together. So the lessons that I'm going to kind of be focusing on here are things that give you the tools to teach yourself. There's just a lot of things that you can do to kind of practice and get used to the way different things sound. So we're going to go over things with a lot of different permutations. So it'll be like, you do this, you move from, you go up by minor seconds, and then you go up by major seconds and minor thirds, etc., and things will slowly go through the different intervals and go through different chord progressions, and really it's the permutations make it so that there is way more stuff than you could ever hope to accomplish in a reasonable amount of time. This is stuff that will take you years. I'm still working through it all, but the advantage to it is you get to a point where even if you've never done one particular exercise, it's still pretty much instant because you're so grounded in all of these other things. But so yeah, it really gets easier is what I would say. At first a lot of these things will be things that will have you pulling out your hair and like I can't hear the difference between this and this, but eventually it gets easier, it gets better, and the other thing that I'll say is a huge thing to do to help your ear is try and play along with your favorite songs, your favorite albums, try and write out what's happening in the songs and, make your own arrangements and, do things, try and getting as close to possible for some things in order to improve your ear, and other times going, okay, well, this is the important stuff, how can I go in a different direction with it in order to just kind of help your creative side, maybe feed that a little bit, because your ear training practice and going through all these permutations, it doesn't need to be super sterile. You can find ways to make it musical. Maybe you take one of the exercises that we'll go over and you're like, how can I work this into a song? How can I work this into a piece of music? And that way I kind of naturally will learn it or something like that. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. Anyway, that's all of my basic outline of what this thing is going to be. We're going to talk about rhythm, harmony, melody, all of that within here. But yeah, so have a great week. Bye-bye.